Hey everyone, welcome into your weekly wellness oracle card reading. If you have not been here before, hello, my name is Erin, and thank you for clicking the video and deciding to take a few moments to see what we're all about here. I hope that you get some good information, find out what we're all about, and that you have a little bit of fun. We like to be a fun bunch sometimes. And if you are returning, then thank you so much for stopping by again, spending a little bit of time with me, hanging out. I really enjoy hanging out with you, so I'm glad that you enjoy hanging out with me. I'm just going to assume that since you're back, right? Okay. So this is going to be for the week of May, what did I say? May 24th through the 30th, 2021. Of course, it is the weekly wellness oracle card reading, like I said. And I did put chapter markers in there for you to utilize, just in case you can't stick around for the breathing and in the intention setting and all of the goodness of that. All right. So the reason why I do the breathing and the intention setting on these videos for the wellness videos is because we're looking at whole self wellness, and part of that, the emotional, spiritual, physical, mental, and energetic bodies, part of bringing balance to that, breathing and intention setting, I feel, is of great importance. So I'd like to offer that in these videos just so if you don't have a regular practice of that, you can at least do it here once a week. All right. So let's go ahead and use those chapter markers if you need to. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and breathe. And we breathe, how we breathe is simply breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Now you can visualize colors that make you feel comforted, make you feel that you're having some healing energy, some loving energy. You can picture images if you choose, and if you do not want to visualize anything at all, then you do not have to. And if nothing's coming to mind, that's okay too. Just keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let go of all the burdens, the worries, the cares of the day. When you are exhaling, just exhale them into Mama Earth and let her recycle those with love. All right. Now, if you want to continue breathing, go right ahead and pause the video. You can do that and then meet us back here for the intention setting. All right. For those of us who are going to do the intention setting, my candle has been lit. This is like the fourth time that I've tried to do this video today. I tell you, Mercury retrograde is really trying to come early. It's letting us know that it is here, all right? Anyways, I think I got the problem fixed. The candle has been lit, but feel free to please set your own intention at this time. The intention that I set for this candle was for us to have a beautiful reading filled with messages that we can use this week to be able to support our bodies. And like I said, of all types, the emotional, spiritual, energetic, mental bodies, right? That we can use those to be in balance this week and be able to be joyful and start to manifest the life of our dreams. All right. So if that all sounds good to you, then I think we should go ahead and get busy with this reading. I am ready for it. So what elemental energy will we be working with this week that will help us to have whole self wellness? Okay, and we have 38 mystery dark matter. Ooh, fancy. I don't know why that feels fancy to me, but it does. All right, very nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep drawing cards so that we can, and we'll talk about each one individually, and also at the end we'll wrap it up and get a little storyline going about how it all fits together before we do the wellness tips for the week, okay? So, but essentially the dark matter number 38 is mystery. And the dark matter is the part of the universe that we don't really have a whole lot of knowledge on, but it makes up a large percentage, 80 or 85% or something like that. The last time I heard anything, I'm not an expert in that. So So take that with a grain of salt. But anyways, this is just talking simply about that matter, dark matter. There are things in the world that are not known, right? And just because you don't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We know dark matter exists, right? Science has said so, and it's there. So it's just a matter of, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not actually something, right? And I cannot get a moon card today. Let's get a, and now we're going to go ahead and pull a moon card to kind of know where our emotions, our feelings are going to be this week, and how we can use that information to have emotional wellness, right? And this is a new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. And Virgo to me is, just taking care of loose ends. Or not even loose ends, just taking care of business in general, like having things in order, being organized about things, having routines, all right? So this is going to help us it's going to be good for us to have some routines going. Nothing wrong with having a little bit of structure. I'm not a structure gal, I'll tell you that. I never have been, but I am learning the value of it, okay? I do not poo-poo structure anymore. I know it's necessary, especially after having kids. And even after having kids, I still wanted to rebel against it. But, what can you do? Now I'm going to get the animal spirit that will be walking with us this week. And we have the white raven spirit. Oh, I love that. Trust in the magic. Woohoo! Are we going to talk about magic again? You guys know how excited I get about magic. And this is number 66, and it was in the protection position. So this too is telling me that something is happening here. Maybe there's a little bit of a storyline going for me now. That something is telling me here that maybe we are having a loss of faith, or that something is actually going to come into fruition, or that we are rethinking some things because we can't have physical proof of it. All right, but let's dig into this a little bit more so we can know more about the story before I start assuming I know what's going on here, right? So what areas of our life do we need to be more conscious about this week, right? That's going to help us. Whoa. And she is number 38, the Forest Frolic Maiden. Ooh. All right, and this says, I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. Okay, this is playing out kind of fun here. I'm loving this. So this to me is talking about your inner child, opening your heart, being joyful, having that joy like a child does. And she's got all these little, she's frolicking around and playing with all these little things that are dropping down for her, right? And this just is telling me, like, believe. All right, so here's a storyline going here, and I'm going to keep pulling. We're going to do the numerology cards. We just want to know what number energy. Like all of them. This says happy ending, and I'm going to keep this because I think we need to, but I also need to pull one more. I know that for a fact. It did this to me last week too. It's like, no, let's have a couple. And that's okay. I'll just do what I'm told today. Yeah, so this is going to be what number energy will be present for us this week that we needed to know about that will help us out. And this is personal growth, number 7. Okay, so something about this, what you can't believe in, the things that you can't see, right? Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. Has to do with personal growth. And once you, and will also, can also potentially bring you a happy ending, right? So some of us are feeling like we can't have this happy ending. And it's easier just to think that it's never going to come than to go through any hurt or pain or have to go through all of the rigmarole of getting to the point where we get that happy ending, all right? And this is kind of telling me that with a few little changes in your perspective, in your intentions, in your what you believe, and maybe putting a little bit of structure to that, and also allowing that inner child to come out, to bring the joy, right? To set things at ease, to set you free. That is really going to be able to help you get there. And you're going to grow a lot. I'm really feeling that we're going to have this big expansion, and I felt that last week too, like there was a big something coming. So it's still coming. We're still there. We're working on it. It's okay if it's going to take us a little bit of time, right? So this last card is just a botanical card, and this is going to tell us a little bit more about nourishing kinds of things, herbs, things of that nature that will relate to being able to support us in a nourishing sort of manner. So let's see what we got there. This one. Oh, we got two of these too. So we got growth, the fern, growth, again with growth. But we needed two of these because also service. All right. So some kind of service. What could that be? We'll have to look a little bit more. So the service part of things, I'm not quite sure about, but it's very interesting to have the service card pop out. But the growth card obviously goes with this personal growth card, right? We're going through a time of growing. And the service card to me is using the skills and the knowledge that we have gained so far in our life experiences and sharing them with others so that they can also learn from that and be able to go on their own personal journey of growth, right? All right, so let's go ahead and pull our last card here. This is our self-care deck. So this is where our body can be most supported this week. That's so important, right? We really want to heal that physical body, right, too, because it's going to carry us through the rest of our life. It needs to be our best friend. So what does our body most need this week? Positive affirmations. We get this a lot. So this, to me, these positive affirmations can really help us to get back into balance with how we look at ourselves, right? How we perceive ourselves, knowing that we're worthy, knowing that we can believe in what we don't see, and we can have faith, and we are co-creators, right? And we do have connection to all things. We are allowed, worthy, and able to have joy. All right. So that's what that's telling me. So we're going to be doing some positive affirmations this week. Everybody's favorite. I love it. I used to not like the positive affirmations at all, but I'm learning to see the value for sure in that. And I don't know, I kind of felt weird at first, looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself that you're beautiful and you're worthy. I was like, why? But I get it now. I get it. Okay. So if you're on the wagon or on the fence, if you're on the fence about that, give it a try for a little bit before you ultimately make up your mind. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and just tell the little bit of the story here, do a little wrap up of what we got. So what we're seeing here with the dark matter card is essentially there is some things we just don't know, some things we just don't have complete physical evidence of. We can't see it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And to me, the white raven spirit in protection is saying, well, if you don't believe that because you can't see it, then ask for a sign, right? Because this is saying this to me is like, we have that spiritual, especially if you're here, right, and listening to oracle card readings, you probably have a spiritual nature to you to some degree, however you resonate, right? There must be some kind of faith in there somewhere, right? So this is saying, you know what, ask for a sign then. There's synchronicities all the time that happen. Look back into your synchronicities that happened to you and start to remember again in the magic there, right? Just because you didn't believe, just because, you want it at some point in your life, there were synchronicities that happened that allowed you to have what you wanted and manifest something that, you truly wanted to have in your life. So, and this is saying that, so basically the story is this: you're going through a time of personal growth because you want that happy ending, right? You want a happy ending. We all want a happy ending, right? Who doesn't want a happy ending? And this happy ending you can have sooner than you could imagine, right? You can have it, it's like right there for you to take and grab a hold of, okay? And in order to have this happy ending, we have to manifest some of these things, right? And so we're going to have faith in that that's going to happen, and know that we're just going to have to believe in the magic of it, right? But how we're going to get there is through personal growth, learning how to manifest these things, knowing what we want, right? Knowing what that happy ending is, how we can get to that happy ending, the things that we can do that will allow us to be there. And personal growth, this is, and when this card comes up, it's like a big personal growth. Like, it's a big thing. Like, you're really moving and grooving. And this is really telling you to take steps in making that growth possible by asking, where are you right now? What do you want? How can you continue to grow? What is holding you back in mindset wise? What's holding you back in a physical capacity? And making plans and understanding how you can still, if you need to make changes, you need to make changes, that's fine, but how you can still attain the goals that you're setting for yourself, or putting out the intentions to make sure that you're getting what you want, right? Because we still want to have good intentions about it. Okay. And that's with this new moon, the new moon in Virgo card speaks highly of that, right? Because she's about routine, and putting things in order, and having some structure that allows for that orderliness to happen. So this is part of that personal growth, right? And this is, and she is also, this is talking about a time to give rather than to take. So that's where the service card, I think, comes in, is also part of the personal growth that you're going to be going through is not being able to get the things that you want by what other people can do for you, but being of service to other people. What can you do for others to help them? A kind word, volunteering somewhere, for elderly people or for disabled people, if that's something that you have the patience for and the experience in, or just want to give your time there to help out. There's so many places you can volunteer, helping a single mom or a single dad who needs to have some childcare and maybe doesn't have a lot of money, right? Because that's just where they're at right now. Maybe you can offer to, if you have kids, maybe they can have a play date and you can be in charge of the play date that time, or just offer to watch them, or smile at somebody on the street who looks like they're having a rough day, right? So all kinds of things you can do for the service rise that's going to allow that personal growth. Along with the Fern card too, we got a lot of things that are pointing in the direction that we need to grow in order to make this come into fruition. We're not going to see it until we do take the steps to start putting the intention out there and letting that magic start to happen. But we have to do our part to make that happen, right? Okay. And that's the positive affirmations are going to help you in a way that will allow you to realize that you are worthy, and you can use these affirmations to help you continue on with your personal growth and your journey there, and to help you feel, and just to help you feel joyful again, to let that inner child come out. We all have an inner child in us, and we all can, if we really want to, can remember what it was like as a kid when we would have fun, and we would just not a care in the world, and just be able to do our thing and just find the joy in the simplest of things, right? It didn't need to be something grandiose. I've been using that grandiose word a lot lately. I don't know why. It just must be coming into my mind. But, it doesn't have to be some big deal, right? It can just, she's just these little floaty things coming down from the trees and the sky and stuff. It doesn't matter what they are. Little butterflies, floating through the air. She's just happy as can be. That's all she needs. She doesn't have care in the world, right? She's just having fun right now. So that is the story for the week. We want our happy ending, but we're having a little bit of a hard time believing that it's going to come to us because we ain't seen something coming up yet. And the issue with that is we've kind of lost a little bit of the belief in the magic along with that. And, personal growth isn't easy. And sometimes we're just like, I don't want to grow. Just give me what I want. Just give me what I want, right? And that happens. But I know we'll snap out of it real quick, because I'm sure that most of us out there know that that's just not the way it's going to happen, right? We're going to have to put in our part of the work too. All right. Beautiful. I love it. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So let's go ahead. That was a little wrap up, but let's get a few wellness tips. So of course I go immediately to Miss Virgo here, because she is also health. She wants to eat clean. And clean eating isn't the same as it used to be, right? It's not just eating a salad and drinking water all the time, right? Clean eating is just cutting out all the crap that makes you feel like crap, and all of the things that like the processed foods that really don't have a whole lot of nutritional value, right? Miss Virgo here is saying she wants to have foods that are very nourishing, that are healing, that will promote your body to, have the same kind of healing powers that we're trying to work on with this personal growth as well, right? And this could very well be part of your personal growth, making sure that you are taking excellent care of your body, right? And getting those routines, the healthy morning and evening routines, making sure that we have meals available to us if we don't have a lot of time on our hands, making sure that we're taking the steps to nourish our body properly, and to and not just eating, but also, having movement, doing our meditations, all the things we need to do to keep our body in order. All right. So we're going to be trying the best that we can to cut out the junk this week. Not saying that you can't have fun food, right? But maybe let's not eat processed foods all day long. Maybe let's skip the drive-through this week if that's because it's easy to get in that habit. You have great intentions sometimes, but you start slipping up a little bit, and it's when something's easy, it just it pulls you in, right? So maybe just skip the drive-through altogether, and don't even give yourself the chance to have that kind of temptation, if that's one of your triggers and downfalls, right? If that is a real big trigger for you, just don't do it. All right. And then also I'm like hydrated, stay hydrated, that kind of thing. And I'm also, this fern here and the garlic, like this is speaking to me of making sure that you're eating foods that will or doing activity that will help with like antioxidants. So relieving some of the stress levels in your body as far as oxidation goes, and environmental stressors, those sorts of things. So if you're taking a good supplement, if you're supplementing with like a multiple vitamin or something like that, just make sure it's good quality, that it's working for you. Make sure that you're putting things into your body that help with that oxidative stress, like vitamin C foods, things with zinc, things like that. Right? Because you don't have to just supplement. Foods will also give you that. And of course, the water is going to be a great antioxidant if you make sure you're drinking some nice clean water. I have a video for that I can put a card and also link. I'll put the link in the description if that's easier for you. Making sure you have high quality water available to you is going to help you very much with antioxidant. And again, with movement, making sure that you're, getting some sweating or something in and letting all of that um, build up stuff in your body release through your sweat, or and also your breath, expelling through your breath. And to also, let's look at our environmental stressors just a little bit to make sure that we have cleaned stuff up, right? That we have good energy flow through our homes, where a lot of us are working these days, right? And we're spending a lot of time there. So making sure that we are have some that we're keeping our house cleaned up real good, or as well as we can, to let that energy flow nice for us, so that we have good vibes going in our house, in our homes, where we're going to be doing probably a lot of the eating and some of the exercising and movement and stuff like that. That will be of great help. I'm really hearing that if we can keep some of that energy flowing good, that's going to be so helpful to you. So think about that. And also getting rid of some of the, if you have environmental stressors in your house, like really harsh cleaning products, and you've been because this dark matter card, the element we forgot to discuss, is air, right? So, and this fern, also with the antioxidants, there was a particular fern that also was used to help with respiratory issues. So I'm really hearing that if you've been having some issues with breathing or your lungs and things of that nature, to make sure that that you're staying out as much as you can of the environments where there's like smog, smoke, just chemical kinds of things that get in the air that you have to inhale. Wherever possible that you can remove yourself from that situation, to do that, and especially in your home. So just make sure that you're taking some steps to if you notice some chemical sensitivities, like the smells give you a really bad headache, make you feel nauseous. It could just it could be partly because your liver is kind of overloaded and you're not able to detox that stuff out of you. So those antioxidants hopefully will help, and then eliminating the chemicals from your environment will double duty, right? Give you an extra little oomph. All right. So we're going to work on clean eating, right? We discussed the clean eating, nourishing our bodies in a way that gives us the protein, the fats, the carbohydrates that we need, and making sure we're drinking plenty of water so that we can keep everything flushed out well, right? So we're going to work on eating well, nourishing our bodies the best we can, getting rid of the environmental stressors that can cause us a lot of stress, right? And then maybe trying to see what foods we can eat with the vitamin C and the zinc and things like that to help with the detoxification as well. Beautiful. And then of course we do not want to forget about these affirmations. We don't want to forget about the affirmations, right? Saying kind words to yourself and saying kind words to other. That goes a little bit along with this service card too, right? Being kind to other people in the words that you say, the things that you choose to say to people, doesn't only help them, but it helps you too, because it makes you feel better about yourself. When you treat other people in a kind manner, that really makes you feel good about yourself too. And of course, you need to talk lovingly to yourself, because you're a worthy and beautiful and wonderful being, and you deserve to have kindness and love and generosity in your life as well. So say those affirmations to you. Look them up online. There's an affirmation for everything, right? And if you can spend like 5 minutes saying those affirmations every day, then kudos to you, and do that if you can. That's amazing. And just one last note, I just wanted to say also, let's not forget about the joy. Releasing that inner child and remembering that this is a joyful time for us. This happy ending that we want is getting there, should be joyful as well. We want the journey to getting this happy ending to be just as joyful as the happy ending itself. We want it to be an experience, right? Where we're growing and we're thriving and we are really becoming the person that we envision in this happy ending. All right. So don't underestimate the power of feeling like a kid. All right. Very good. All right. So I think that is everything we need to know about this week. I'm loving this. This is great. Go for it, guys. You got this. And I will see you again on Wednesday for the midweek check-in. And yeah, I'll just send you guys off, of course, with a big hug filled with loving and healing energy. And I will see you guys again next week. Bye for now.